Shall we
So-
talk about how you've absolutely
to put in
destroyed me as a
context-
person?
This is my current singles of issues. Sorry, you're looking at the back of them. Look at the nice
Yeah.
covers instead. That are sat on my desk ready for me to read. There is 8 of them. I'm currently collecting Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Men, and The Flash. 5 ongoings?
Hmm.
Yeah, that sounds right. And of course, I get the occasional volume. I've bought a bunch more recently, but that is uncommon. I don't buy that many normally. I've been collecting comics for a long time. I have been the comic knowledge dude on the podcast.
Yeah.
I have been making a concerted effort for a long time to convince you and the boys to give comics a go.
You have.
I have offered probably more times than a prostitute on a busy street corner to offer recommendations to you guys based on what you wanted to read. And then out of fucking nowhere,
So I've just
last Thursday, last Wednesday,
I've just scrolled back up in our Twitter DMs. It was not Friday, just been the week before. So it was.
You just kind of went, I'm going to buy some comics.
So we'd talked about comics in the episode with Josh.
Yeah, maybe. We normally
we
do.
must have done. We must have mentioned.
We've been speaking in the Discord about how Josh has no ability to read a non-fiction book.
Oh,
Sorry,
maybe
a fiction book.
Yeah,
And I was like, dude, comics is your best bet. It gives you the pictures. You don't need to be able to imagine anything.
But then it was like that week and a half ago on the Friday, you'd sent me that the script for Deathstroke / Bane has been submitted to James Gunn.
Yes.
And I was like, and the picture was like comic accurate Bane, and I was like, I'm so ready for a juiced to fuck Bane.
Yeah.
To which you were like, if you want to see a juiced to fuck Bane, look up Absolute Bane.
Yeah,
Which,
the absolute Batman Bane is fucking shredded.
my response was, funny you should say this. After this recording this week, I went and started looking at the Batman ones because I'd realised I've, by chance, had followed the artist that was doing the Absolute Batman line.
Oh, okay. Just one of them things where it lines up.
It's someone who must have retweeted one of the covers that he'd tweeted, and I'm like, obviously, I'm a fan of comic books, and I'm like, fan of art. I was like, that's a really cool fucking cover. I'm just going to follow because I'm like, cool Batman cover. Maybe I'll see some more on my timeline every now and then. And I'd also seen a while back the Detective Comics one, which is the red, like, claw hand with a bat cowl. You might have seen it. I have it. I'll get it in a sec. But I'd seen that as a cover and I was like, that's a really cool Batman cover. And I've always said that I'm like, Batman's my DC guy and I've always enjoyed Batman. Which then it just spiraled into, you were like, oh, Absolute Batman's fucking awesome. And then I was meant to be working. Started just browsing Forbidden Planet. To which then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And I have money now.
Comics is a dangerously cheap appearing hobby.
The issue was, because of Absolute Batman, the covers are all fucking sick. Mm-hmm. And I'm a sucker for just some good art. And it's why I have art books, which I got another one this last week as well. But like, I started looking at the covers and I'm like, I might just get all of these. Just fuck it. Get up to date on the singles. So I then was looking at like, oh, what's the other running Batman? So this is my current read list.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
Some of these have 3 in like a packet.
Yeah, so when you get comics for Forbidden Planet, they will bundle up to 3 in a sleeve.
So the ones I ordered from another comic store to get the Detective Comic ones to fill in the first few, they all came individual with card, and I was like,
nice.
This is nice.
Dan bought it, nice.
I might have to use them more.
If you can support local comic book stores. I'm stuck using Forbidden Planet because I have no one more local to me.
I don't really have one local. Oh, here we go. That cover.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, so I'd seen that on Twitter or Instagram or whatever ages ago and was like, that's a cool Batman cover. So yeah, I've got almost all the Absolute Batmans up to date. I'll leave that, I'll sort it out after. but I can't get 4 and 5, which is now you've seen is turning me into a madman. What have you done to me? Because I just bought. I was like, fuck it, I'm going straight in singles because I want all the covers. Even though you even said to me, get volumes. Volumes have all the, and I'm like, no, but I want all the covers. So
I'd like to point out, every time I've tried to get Hori into comics, I've never once suggested singles. And I've never suggested alternate comics. I was like, if you want to give comics a go, your best bet is to, like, right now, if you wanted to get into Absolute Batman, they've just released the first volume titled In the Zoo, which is Absolute Batman 1 to 6. You can get the paperback for like 15 quid, and it gives you 6 issues to get your teeth into it and see what you think.
Well, I've got 1 to 3 and then 6. Which I've read 1 to 3. Love them. I did actually first start with Detective Comics because I did a quick bit of research, found out there was a new arc starting at 100.
1100, yeah.
1100.
100.
My brain was. And I was like, oh, I'll just get the first 5 that are available and then pre-order that one, and I'll kind of just jump in. Read the first one of like 1095, and I was like, I could carry on reading, but I know I'm in the middle of the story, and this is good, but I kind of want to know more context. So then I was like, when did this arc start? And it was literally 5 comics before, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to buy these, and I'm going to stop reading this because I want to
catch up and then
start from the beginning.
You go treat it like a flashback and then jump back in.
I was like, I'm not going to read the next one after this. I'm going to wait now, start from the beginning again, read all the way through. So I was like, right, I'll read Absolute Batman. Read the first 3, fucking brilliant. I'm obsessed with Absolute Batman already. His suit is by far my favorite, and this is a very little actual comic. I haven't read that many actual comics, but I have good broad sense of knowledge about Batman. Best suit setup and everything. It's so fucking sick.
People are a big fan. So I'm not sure if it's explained in Absolute Batman. Are you aware of the wider context of the Absolute universe?
No,
I don't know if it's set up in the beginning of it.
No, but I've seen that it was like there was a series of comics that happened that set off this alternate universe.
Yeah. So basically, this is a universe created by Darkseid as like a super prison for superheroes, which is why all of the villains are juiced to the fucking gills, because it's just supposed to be a giant torture chamber, essentially.
So there's a really, I don't know if, are you bothered by spoilers for Absolute Batman?
You don't need to worry about spoilers. I've seen lots of, like, okay. I'm so deep on comic Twitter. I've seen a lot of stuff already.
So in the first,
I will be buying the volumes to collect it eventually. But...
in the first 3, there's a really cool thing that it does in the first one, which is like, there's obviously a narrator going on, and it's Alfred, and he's from out of town. Because this Bruce was normal parents who weren't rich, didn't have, which is really cool. This Alfred's really fucking sick. He's also
like an MI5 spy.
Basically, yeah, but maybe a bit more like private sector. But
cool.
Basically goes around the world dealing with fucking capitalists and bad guys and whatnot.
My kind of Alfred.
Yeah. This Batman is like your everyday, works a 9 to 5, which I think is sick. It also shows like some of it, tells you a bit of his background, like he worked in construction, then he worked in the sewer system, and then he did, like, you can see he purposefully went in all these different industry fields to be like Batman, like to have that knowledge of being whatever. His closest friends are his rogues gallery. So
what do you mean?
He plays poker with these. They are not the current villain mode.
They haven't turned yet. Yeah, but they are the same people.
Well, yes and no in some cases. He's playing poker with Harvey Dent.
That's pretty common. Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent are normally friends.
The Penguin. He's like slightly in with Mafia, but he's not like full on Penguin. He's just the Riddler.
Oh, that's fun.
Who is his tech guy?
Is he a little bit Riddlery, or is he pretty normal?
He is like crazy info loaded. So obviously, like, that's probably where they're going to play into the Riddler thing. And then also Croc,
Oh, Waylon.
but he's not Croc yet. He is just Waylon,
Okay.
and he has a
So I've
gym.
seen some things.
He has a gym called Croc's Gym or something like that.
So
But
he's friends with Waylands. So in
and
more traditional comics,
someone
go
that's
on.
not there but should be there is Catwoman. Is also his friend.
Yeah.
But that's pretty common sometimes.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure about where we're at currently, but they've been married. They get around.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's fucking cool. You know how excited I am. Do you? I know you went back to catch up on the current Detective Comics arc. Do you
Yes.
get what I mean from reading that first issue, though? If you could treat it like Emmerdale, where if you just start reading from the first available issue, yeah, you'll be missing some parts, but after 3 or 4 issues, you'll have a good enough idea of what's going on.
I'll be honest, if it was any other little arc, I probably wouldn't have gone back, but this arc involves his parents in some way, and I was like, I feel like I need some context here.
As a jumping on point for Batman, it being Martha and Thomas arc is so funny because it's like, oh my god, anytime you do start Batman, his parents die.
But it's like, the funny thing was, in that one issue, I'd seen his Batmobile, and then obviously in Absolute Batman, we get the reveal of his Batmobile, and there was a moment where I was like, I thought I'd already seen his Batmobile. Oh wait, no, different Batman. But
yeah.
The detective ones you could jump. I could have kept going and would have been okay, and probably I had enough context that I could have understood things. But I was like, you know what, I'm intrigued to know more about where this has come from, because there's a villain going on at the moment, and I don't really know who they are. So yeah, I've got a couple more of those to turn up before I can properly read them. But I mean, the covers of those are sick. But yeah, I'm like double dipped into Batman. I won't lie. I'm now weighing up, do I get singles for Absolute Superman and have the same issue that I'm going to have, I'm currently dealing with Absolute Batman, which is probably a dumb idea to do. I should just get the volume.
So here's my suggestion as someone who's literally in the same issue as you. So I've been collecting Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
As we've discussed a number of times, fucking love it. They've now confirmed that this universe is coming to the end of its lifespan. So I'm like, cool, there's not an insane amount of all of that to collect. I'm going to get this entire universe because I love it. So while I was in Forbidden Planet on Monday, I bought Volume 1 for X-Men, Volume 1 and 2 for Black Panther, and Volume 1 for the Ultimates, which is the Ultimate Universe's equivalent to the Avengers. And I will pick up the other volumes when they become available. And I'm loving Absolute Flash.
You're
so
doing
like,
Flash.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, big Flash guy. And I am sat here going, right, I could absolutely go for absolute Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Superman, and Wonder Woman volumes. And they've also announced that there's going to be a mini series coming out soon of Ultimate Green Arrow. There's going to be a 6-issue miniseries or a 4-issue miniseries.
Green Arrow, you mean?
Yeah.
And there's also
like, right, I want that.
They're setting
There's
up
a crossover coming.
Yeah, Absolute Evil, which is going to be a crossover with some villains.
So I'm like, I don't know how long this universe is going to last and how big it's going to get. So I'm kind of a bit wary to touch. Like, what I don't want to do is go and get the first volume for all of the current runs,
and then
be like, oh my god, I love all of them.
This is where I'm at. I'm like, because I know that there's going to be this crossover thing, I'm like, I'm kind of tempted. Absolute Superman, I'm totally down for that because I do think it'll be sick.
It's also a very fun twist on the character.
Absolute Wonder Woman does actually sound quite interesting. Absolute Martian Manhunter,
mate,
from what I've seen of the
art is amazing.
It's a trip fest, and I'm kind of into it.
Critically, so not just like people who love Batman and everything, critically, Martian Manhunter Absolute is being reviewed the best.
Oh, okay.
People are calling it generational.
So something that then also has gone through my head while looking into the Absolute ones, and they announced obviously Green Arrow, I'm like, I kind of want Absolute Aquaman.
It'd be interesting to see what that looks like.
Because like, I like the idea of Aquaman. He's just not always well used, and he's always a bit like, the butt of the joke and a bit gimmicky.
I think a lot of people view him very golden agey, where
Yeah,
it's like ha chop,
yeah,
which is fun in a cartoon environment. But I think someone's going to get angry. I think New 52 Aquaman's pretty popular because
okay.
that was a bit more of a modern and responsible take on Aquaman, and people are kind of fuck with that. One of the few things that I think a lot of people loved about the New 52 was Aquaman.
Like, I feel like also the fact that we've got Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Batman. I'm like, Aquaman.
Absolute Justice League.
Yeah, absolute Justice League. Like, I could see an absolute Aquaman that is just like absolute terror of protecting the ocean. And like there's some cool stuff you could do that, but I am very much I think I don't know if I'll venture like I want to get Woman of Tomorrow volume because obviously we're gonna get the Supergirl film and I'm like I know that's a well liked
It's a big inspiration for the film. It's a very well viewed Supergirl comic.
I might get some of the Batman I forgot what they're called now, the mini ones that have started coming
The compacts.
The compacts. I might get some of the Batman storylines in the compacts.
The compacts are great if you want a story for a particular character, but you don't know what. You can just be like, because what they were doing is they're going through the iconic stories of different characters and they're making it more affordable and a more traditional book form factor, like size-wise. So it's like, oh, like you might hear like about like Batman Hush. It's like this is an iconic Batman story. You could be like, right, instead of having to work out how the fuck to find that, DC Compact, Batman Hush, I've got the entire story right here, I can read it. Sweet.
But like, other than those, I'm a bit like, I'm not sure if I'm fussed about diving into the rest of the normal DC at the moment. I'm like, I might just dive into just the Absolute because I'm like, I love what they've done with Batman. So I feel like the rest of the characters are also being well received. And it's like, this world seems like a fun, different take, but not like crazy too different.
Yeah, I get that.
Marvel is...
Go on. Marvel's a different beast to get into because they're structured so differently. It's a lot more difficult.
In my head, I've always been a fan of Hulk, and I'm like, I probably will pick up to start maybe like World War Hulk volume or whatever, the books on the classic ones. Maybe look at getting the volumes of the current Hulk series that's going on. I don't know if I would dive in with any singles on that, and I was tempted by maybe Ultimate Wolverine, but now I'm kind of know the world's ending in December. I'm like,
you could just wait for the volumes.
Yeah, that's
Volume 1 of Ultimate Wolverine, I think, is on pre-order now, so you could order that. Then wait. I think there will only be 2 volumes of that because it will have only gone on for like a year.
So that's what I'm like. I'll wait on that.
Yeah.
I have looked at some Star Wars ones.
Okay.
Because there's a couple.
Marvel do a lot of Star Wars comics now.
Yeah, there's a couple ongoing ones because I looked up like what people's thoughts. There's at least one definitely ongoing that is quite liked. So yeah, I may dabble in Star Wars eventually. But you've seen the light. Yeah, you've completely. Honestly,
man, it's one of the ones where you feel crazy when you're trying to explain to someone how good they are, but they really do. They work. Well, yeah, man. It's a great medium.
The funny thing is, it's like I've always known I would enjoy comics, and it's one of those things where it's like I haven't got the spare money to be doing that, and then it's just like,
and they're intimidating to get into.
Well, yeah, and then it's like,
where the fuck do you even start?
When I saw that I could basically get all the Absolute Batman, I was like, fuck it, let's just dive in with Absolute Batman. I've seen the covers, I've like know it's fun, and then now
I will
that's
say,
just got me
Absolute
hooked.
Batman and like the Ultimate Universe in the last year or so have been probably on a Marvel and DC front at the same time the single greatest starting on point since like the 60s.
Fair.
Like they've literally just both Marvel and DC have gone our best, most iconic characters, new universe with no real prior reading requirements. How about it? And then they've gone, oh, by the way, we're smashing it out of the park with really good stories here. Like that, you couldn't have picked a better time to really like dabble and see what you think.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you're seeing the light.